So I thought I would give you some exhortations inspired by the events of the moment. And this is not actually a writing tip. This is more of a career tip. And this is what to do when you fuck up. And so I just fucked up. I just screwed up a time zone and I missed a call that I've been looking forward to all week, one that's fairly important. And it makes me look, boy, unprofessional to have done that. So, how do you go about fixing it when you do that? Because you will, right? We are all human beings, we all screw up. And here's some of the things that you do. One is that you do apologize. If you have inconvenienced someone else, if you have treated their time discourteously or wasted it, you apologize for that and you admit your guilt, right? And you don't, however, spend a lot of time thrashing around trying to come up with elaborate apologies and beating yourself up. You say, I screwed up. I'm going to be better about this in the future. I apologize for treating you discourteously, right? You acknowledge that you screwed up. You acknowledge that you're going to do better. So that's tip number one. Tip number two is that you look at what happened and you do two things about fixing it. One is that you fix the immediate effects. If you missed a call, you try and reschedule, or you say how you're going to catch up. If you missed an appointment, right, you rescheduled. If you missed an opportunity, you just kind of let them know and apologize. You know, you try and figure out how you mitigate what happened. And two, and I think this is important, you look at it and you say, what happened? How do I avoid this happening in the future? So for me, it was time zones. And I've actually been really good about time zones lately. So this surprised me. So it just, I guess for me, the thing is just to be more careful going in the future. Perhaps every time I write something down on the calendar, I check to make sure I got the right time zone, or at least that the other person and I agree on the time zone, right? So you fix the present stuff and you try and avoid it happening in the future. That is one of the things that you do. And three, and boy, is this hard, you don't beat yourself up. And like, how do you avoid that, right? It is just so hard. So like I went upstairs and stamped around for a while, and then I came down and I figured out what I was going to do, and I did this video as an attempt, as a third way to try and learn from this, because you will have moments where you screw up. And I'm not talking about social media, right? Social media is its whole special video in and of itself. I'm talking about something like this. You've misread an email. You haven't gotten a contract back in time. You missed an appointment. You blew something off without knowing about it. That sort of thing. So that's what you do. You try to recover. You try to be sort of humble about it and let people know how you screwed up. And, you know, just, I think one of the things that you want to think about is how to not be a jackass, right? That is one of the most important tips I've ever gotten in this industry. That was from Connie Willis, but I've heard it iterated by other people, and it's one that I say. So when you screw up, try not to make the mistake somehow be a new excuse to focus on yourself, right? And that's what the kind of like don't thrash around doing a performance apology is about. Just be a pro, move on. All right. I hope that's helpful. And I know I have not answered the question of how you avoid beating yourself up. But one way to do it is to say, okay, I've made the most of this. I have looked at it. I've tried to fix what I can, and I've tried to fix what I can in the future. I don't think you can do anything more than that as a human being, right? We cannot bulletproof the future. We cannot somehow become perfect and avoid all mistakes. That, boy, if you find out how to do that, please drop something in the comments, because I sure would like to know myself. So, all right. I hope that's useful. Let me know if it was. Let me know if it wasn't. Let me know if you want me to talk about or elaborate on some part of it. I will talk about social media and how to recover from a mistake on there. Or at least, I don't know, I'll natter on about that at some point. All right, take care.